Hello, I'm Jeannine.
And I'm Kris, and welcome to the Blue Fiber Tree.
Yeah, what is this? Oh wow, January's almost over.
Yeah.
This month went fast.
I'm really glad this month went fast. I'm almost out of my boot.
Yay!
Oh my God. It has been the longest 6 weeks of my entire existence because I can do nothing. I am absolutely worthless with a bad foot.
For standing for long periods of time, getting anything done in the studio is
no,
out of
I've
the question.
had zero done in the studio because the doctor was, when you are not in the salon, you are sitting down and you are healing that foot. And it's probably the first time in my entire existence that I listened to a doctor because I didn't want to go backwards.
Correct. And your 2024 is going to be busy for you with all your trade shows and stuff, so you got to have a healthy foot.
Yes.
So,
Yes. We have 7.5 on the books.
Oh, okay. Half.
We have a half because I heard back from Hoosier Hills,
Mm-hmm.
and they said, so sorry it took so long to get back to you. You are second on the wait list.
Oh, okay.
And we do normally have some cancellations. So we hope to see you there. So right now it's a half. It's not a real thing. It's a half thing.
Yeah, but you're getting started.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
that
not
one's
bad.
weird. It's a Friday-Saturday show instead of a Saturday-Sunday show.
Where's it at?
Hoosier Hills, Indiana, maybe?
Okay.
My geography just went real bad. Normally I'm pretty good at geography. But yeah, so that's a half until it becomes a full. So for now it's a half, and hopefully they'll let us know more than 2 days before the show we get to go. But it's marked off on the book.
Just be prepared.
We are like, okay, well, everything stays in the trailer, and we just go, okay, let's go.
There you go.
I might be sleeping in the trailer or my car, but that's okay.
You'll figure it out.
Turn my car into a camper and get a blow-up mattress for the back of the car.
So January was busy, and February is getting there.
Yay!
The first 2 weeks through the 10th there's not so much, because usually at the beginning of the month it's not as heavy laden with workshops.
No, because we're getting ready for Wild and Woolly,
Yeah,
I think.
for this month, yeah. But still, that first week, it's not so. But that gives me time to do private lessons and things too, though. So there's dates available. Although I'm running out of those dates, just so you know, if you look at my calendar, there's not many open spaces.
That's good.
It is good.
That's awesome that you're teaching.
It's fun. So let's get started with this. So February 3rd, we have a 1-day spin-in. So in the open groups, I drop the specific first, second, third, fourth Mondays of the month for spinning, weaving, needle felting, because no one was coming out anyway. So you know what? An open group's an open group. No matter what you're doing.
Yeah.
If you want to spin,
group, bring your wheel.
Bring your wheel.
Yeah.
If you want to work on your knitting and crocheting, or if you want to work on your needle, it doesn't matter. They're open groups. They're open craft groups.
And I feel like some people were doing that occasionally anyway.
They were. Yeah.
So.
And then I kept the first Saturday of the month 10 to 1 open spin, just because we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
And if I have to drop it, I'll drop it. But there's a lot of people during the week who can't get out. So I left that first Saturday of the month.
Absolutely.
But the first Saturday of February is our 1-day spin-in, and you still have time to sign up for that. It's 9 to 5. $40 to participate. We have 15% off throughout the store, excluding the usual stuff. The Ashford products charity rack is priced as marked, and the discontinued rack is 25% off. So there you go. It's our usual thing. And
you can bring your lunch. You can get lunch. You can bring snacks.
Whatever.
No wine.
No alcohol.
No alcohol. But you can come and hang out. Hopefully the day before I will maybe get a thumbs up from the doctor to be without my boot, and I may get to tentatively go back into spinning. I don't know. We'll see. If I am allowed to spin, I mean, I'll be here all day, but if I'm allowed to spin, it probably will be in little short bursts, because I can't imagine my foot being able to do 9 hours, 8 hours of spinning just immediately.
Right. So it's one of those things where it's come and hang out day, socialize with other people. We are not going to be teaching that day, but if you need help with a technique, we're here to help you. And also, for those of you who have excess fiber and things that you want to swap or trade, bring them with you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I know that a couple of the ladies still have some fleeces, and they may be bringing some of those. So if you want a fleece or, some different fibers, you have that opportunity. So we'll have drum carders, blending board, hand carders, the usual things for you to use as well.
Yep. Lots of fun.
Yep.
Lots of fun. I enjoy the spinning days.
Yeah.
So just spinning so much.
Yeah. So just call, or you know what? Just show up. Something.
Just show up.
Yeah.
Usually there's enough space in this store.
Oh yeah, we got plenty of room.
We can move racks back. We've done that before.
Yep. We'll work around the table first, and if we have to, we'll do that.
Happy to move racks.
Yes. And the fiber processing area will be up in the spinning area up there because we've already got drum carders and blending boards and stuff up there. And if you don't know how to use them, we'll show you how to use them.
We're here to teach you that day. That we will definitely teach you.
Yeah, we'll show you how to use them properly.
And if there's a technique that you're struggling with, like that you've already learned but you're struggling, that's the best time because you have my undivided attention. I can't go anywhere. And you got a whole long day to learn. So I can show you, you can practice, and then go, hey, Kris, come back. Is this what you mean? And,
Yeah, and if you're having issues holding your hand certain ways, she's an expert at finding different techniques because
my hands, well, they suck.
Yeah. To say the least.
I do.
Alrighty, so then on February 7th, must be a Wednesday, Needle Felting Basics 5 to 8. I show you how to take a ball of fluff, and we take some felting tools, and I show you how to make balls and cones.
Nice.
Balls and cones become these kinds of things. So once you learn the basics, so I teach you the safety aspects of it. Why do we have this? Why do we do what we do? Why do we use wool as opposed to an alpaca blend or... alpaca will felt.
It will.
It takes forever.
Forever.
Wool blends work really well. We just did these a week or so ago. And, basically, this is a very simple process. We took a cookie cutter and put fibers in and used the felting tool to felt it down.
So, I'm going to interject. She says simple process.
It is a simple process.
It is, but it's not because it takes a minute for you to learn how to compact your fibers.
Yep.
And I'm still not good at it. Everything that I do is super puffy and not very firm.
Right,
so
and that's the thing.
It takes time and patience to get there.
So I can still squish this ball.
Yeah.
But this ball is not the final size that it's going to be. So I want him to be a little squishy. This guy, I cannot squish him. He's done.
And that's if you're going to make a 3-dimensional thing, you want it firm so he stays where he's supposed to and doesn't do the saggy look that some of my felting projects have gotten over the
Or
years.
if it's handled a lot, if it's felted down real well, that it won't fuzz up and come apart. So there's the only thing it will not protect from are cats and dogs that get a hold of them. Sorry, not going to help you there. So it has happened.
Away from Fred.
It has happened.
Yeah.
In the past, people have taken a workshop, gone home, and the next day they send me a picture of this fuzz all over the floor because the animal got a hold of it.
Yeah, my Fred would do that.
Yep.
That dog.
So that's on the 7th.
Okay.
Then this puts us at Saturday, February 10th. The store will be closed because
we're going to Wild and Woolly.
We're going to Wild and Woolly. Second Saturday in February. Yep. Now there are 35 vendors.
Yep.
And we have a wait list, which means that building is going to be full of vendors, which will probably be same kind of situation we ran into last year. She may have to hold people back from entering into the building so that it's not overcrowded.
Right. And it is looking like at this point on the far out calendar that we're actually going to have pretty decent weather for it.
Oh, yeah.
It's not going to be bitter cold, which is awesome. because we have been there when the pavement outside was a sheet of ice and there was ice coming out of the sky. And I still don't know how people showed up that day. Like,
I don't know how we got there that day because it was
we were
bad.
slip sliding everywhere. But it is in Berea at the Cuyahoga County Fairgrounds from 11 to 4. And she's not letting you in before 11.
Nope.
You'll start lining up.
Yep.
Usually they start lining up right around 10:15ish.
Wow.
Yeah, last year they were lining up at like 10:15, 10:20. I was like, what do you mean people are already in line? She goes, they're already in line. She goes, I've never seen this happen before.
Right.
So it is getting to be a popular show.
Because it's middle of the winter. Get rid of your weather doldrums. Yeah. It's fun. And I
can't wait to see all our fiber friends.
Yep. Bring your friends and come out and join us. You know, there's some new vendors this year. Just go to Wild and Woolly's Facebook page.
Yep.
And you can check out all the vendors that are coming.
All the list of vendors has been posted. If for any reason someone drops out last minute, she's got that wait list to bring somebody else in. So she does.
There will be people there.
Nobody wants any empty spaces,
nope.
Trust me.
It will cost you $5 to get in. You'll get a wristband so that if you leave, you can get back in.
Sure, I guess.
She did that last year.
Did she?
Yeah.
I didn't pay attention to that part.
Yeah. So your drawing prizes that we have, and you must be present to get the prize, is I don't know how much the tickets are for, but you buy these tickets, and if your ticket is drawn, you go to the booth of the vendor and pick up your item there. There won't be a table of items.
No, I think they get a ticket with their wristband.
Is that what it is?
I think so. I'm pretty I don't think you get more than one entry, but I think you get
she doesn't sell extras?
I don't think so, but I'll have a conversation. Maybe she might.
I thought maybe she did. I'm not sure.
Maybe she could. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe it is just fun. The one when you walk in. But last year we had a record number of people come out, and I would love to break that record this year.
I am telling you what.
It was nonstop last year.
1 minute after 11.
There were people.
Until I did not truly get to step away from behind my desk selling stuff until I think it was 2 something.
Oh, I think it was later than that.
It was
it was fun.
Oh my God, it was so great. I kept going, I'll be with you in just 1 minute. I'll be with you in just, I was like, where are all these people coming from? And then other people that we know are stopping by going, oh, I just wanted to stop by. I'm like, hi, go away. Hi, I love you, get in line. Hi, I love you, get in line. It was so nuts, which is why this boot has to be off my foot.
Right.
Cannot do this with a boot on my foot.
It's a fun weekend, just a one day, and it's fabulous because there was over 550 people came through last year.
Mm-hmm. I believe it.
So where else can you go other than a fiber show and see that many vendors in one spot? And I think there's 6 yarn shops that are going to be there.
Yep, I think so.
And then everybody else, all your project bag people, your indie dyers. Mm-hmm. I think, is Mab Elements there? She does the jewelry, Michelle.
I remember.
You've got the lady who does the braided rugs.
Yep.
You've got, I think the Medina Guild is going to have a booth again. You got some fleece people. I don't know if we're going to have food truck vendors there or not.
I don't remember what the email said. Yeah. I'll be honest.
She has a hard time getting food trucks there. And there's really no place to set up anything inside the building with that many vendors.
No.
And there's no tables down the middle because it's all full of vendors.
Last year she had a couple of some chairs. Yeah. I don't even think it was tables.
Up by the bathrooms.
Yeah, up by the bathrooms there were chairs for people to go and sit and relax for a minute if they needed it. There were people that were outside just enjoying the sun for a bit.
Yeah.
Like relaxing outside and then would come back in.
In the building next to us there is the craft show, which is free. But to get into our building, it's going to cost you $5, but you can go in and out with the wristband. I don't know if there's a third something because last year we ran into a problem where whatever was going on the weekend before got canceled because of the weather, and they moved it one weekend up or on our weekend, and it made a nightmare for parking
Yeah.
because that just
There
made
were
that
cars
many more
everywhere.
people there.
Cars everywhere.
Yeah.
I will say, if you're somebody that wants to come to a fiber festival but doesn't like the crazy high peak of crowds, that last hour from 3 to 4 is a beautiful time.
Yeah, it's winding down.
Because it winds down, the crowd thins out.
That was the only time I got to run across the building and go, Laura, look, I knit my sock with your yarn.
That's when I went down the way and got my project back.
Yeah, and
I was
then,
like, hold it, I swear to God, I'll be down there. I'm not sure when. It may be at 4:05.
and then I hear this, Jeannine, like, I'm coming.
Yeah. So, that last hour is a really, really great time for people that don't like crowds. If you're
Right.
still just not, you have a handful of people, immunocompromised people that just, they want to participate, but they don't want to be in the high crowds. The last hour is the easiest time for you.
Right.
It really is. So take
Right.
that into consideration.
So I'm still thinking about, I have like 90% of what I'm going to bring in my head. It'll be that last minute.
This list
I
with
can
you
grab this.
every year is hysterical.
It's funny. Well, because I have to think differently with Wild and Woolly than when I do with Great Lakes. Because I'm there for 2 days at Great Lakes, so I can take more things. Even though it's the same booth space, I take more stuff.
But it's different.
It's different.
It's different. The crowds are different.
Mm-hmm.
No, it is very, very much different. I will tell you, I know today is when we're doing one of our tutorials.
Yes.
Do you have another class before I go into that?
No,
Is there,
that was
okay.
it.
I was making sure. I didn't want to cut off the calendar.
No, the 10th was the last.
Yeah, the rest of the calendar starts after the 10th.
Correct.
But so we're going to throw a curveball at you a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually going to teach a knitting technique.
Yep.
What? Not sure how that happened, but so I designed a new hat. I'm still kind of coming up with the name for the hat because I thought I had the name of the hat pattern or what I wanted to name the hat pattern, and now I don't. So I gotta come up with, I don't know, something chemical, elemental, something to call this so it falls in line with my alchemy. But so this hat right here is what I created. I designed it pretty much over Christmas, like during
When she was sitting with her foot up.
I was so bored. So this is the first one that I did. And you can see all these little bobbles that are on here. These are the popcorn stitch in knitting, and that is what I'm going to teach in the tutorial. Each of these hats was done out of a mini skein set. So this is this one. This lovely one is this right here. There are obviously many different colorways you can choose to do the hats with. I know a lot of us, when we go to these shows, just to try somebody's yarn sometimes, we'll like go, I'm just going to get a mini. And then sometimes it's like, ooh, I just really like this color. And we all get these little collections of minis that we say we're going to use for toes and heels on socks, because this is sock weight yarn. And then we don't end up doing it, but then we still have all these minis. So I really designed this hat to utilize like the 5 skeins that we pick up. Lots of vendors do minis in sets of 5. So I thought that was a really great thing. And you do have some yarn left over from this, so it doesn't even use all of the yarn from it, but a good portion of it. But the popcorn stitch, it was new to me when I started doing the hat pattern, and boy, I'm pretty much an expert at it now. I'm telling you, I feel like it was 2000, but it's probably not 2000.
I'm sure it's not.
Probably a slight exaggeration. But when I do the video, I'll show you the popcorn stitch, but then I'm also going to have one of the hats with me, because I want to show you that sometimes when you're doing the popcorn stitch, no matter how careful you are, it pops to the back.
This one did.
Yeah, and you just go in and you pop them back to the front and they go where they're supposed to be. But I will show you that after I do the stitch. So if you want to stay tuned, we will get right to filming and show you how to do the popcorn stitch. Please come visit us at Wild and Woolly.
Yep, we're in our same spots we always are.
Absolutely, we're not moving. Please, if you're a spinner and you're local, come to the one day spin.
Yeah.
It truly is. It's such a great meeting of the minds. And, you know, yes, I teach spinning, but I learn things.
We all learn things.
Like, we're always learning from other people. And that's one of the things I love about that day, is that we do get that opportunity to share knowledge.
Yep.
So, excuse me, too much coffee. Please come in and join us. Like us on Facebook. You can find both Longtail Knits and alk&me on Facebook. You can find us on Instagram under the same names, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Blue Fiber Tree is out there.
Yep.
Please find us there. We both have our websites, longtailknits.com.
Yep.
alknme.com. And very, very shortly, you will see my summer class of dye classes being posted.
Mm-hmm.
And there's going to be some really good options for the dates. I will tell you, if you're from out of town and you want to come do dye classes with me and none of my dates work for you, grab you and 3 to 5 other friends and give me a call. Shoot me an email.
Yep. You figure it out.
I'm happy to do a dye class, and I can make it a 2-day session, which is what I've done for some people, where we do solids and tonals one day in a 6-hour session, and on the second day we do the variegateds. That way you go home with all the knowledge.
Yep.
And it's a fun day, fun weekend if you do it that way. So you're more than welcome to come and play. We will see you guys soon.
And I will tell you that on my website, I added an extra tab across the top for classes and workshops that we offer. So if you click on that, it's just a couple of paragraphs of describing the things that we do teach here in the store to give you a little bit more information of the things that we teach. Because calendar really doesn't tell you everything, but that'll at least explain, especially with some of our spinning techniques. We schedule the beginners, but those advanced techniques, we're hoping that you will reach out to us and say, hey, I want to learn how to do additional plying techniques or drafting techniques, and you just call and let me know, and we'll get in contact.
We'll get you on the calendar. It just, we found that we put the class out there and then nobody would sign up, so we figured, well, as people are ready to learn lock spinning or drafting or art yarns, things like that, of thing. Yeah, absolutely.
And she doesn't mind teaching one person.
No,
it doesn't,
not at all.
It doesn't hurt us, but we were blocking off sections of time, and it was like, we could have been doing something else.
Right. So no offense to anybody.
Right.
We want to teach, trust me.
Yes, so that's why we did it that way. So I just want to put that out there, that you can get more information by clicking that tab.
That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah,
that tab
I moved
is up
some
there.
stuff around on my website and added an extra tab.
That's perfect.
Yep.
That's perfect.
Needed to have it up
like
there.
that.
Mr. Bob suggested it, so yes, he's back there giving me a thumbs up.
I love the idea.
He
Give
does
him
have
a
good
gold
ideas.
star.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he's ridiculous. I wish one of these days I'm gonna bring an extra phone. I'm gonna film him while he's filming us. And we're gonna put it in a little box at the top, so you guys can get quite a kick out of his facial expressions, because he's quite the character, Mr. Bob, if you've never met him. So,
it's funny when he's here and people walk in and go, "You must be cameraman Bob."
I love it. I love it so much. That's awesome.
It's hilarious. So
again, like, share, comment. If there's anything you want to learn,
subscribe. Let your friends know. We're over 800.
We're somewhere mid 800s, I think.
Yeah.
Ish.
I didn't even look before we started today. So.
I know. Normally I do too.
Yeah.
And I was like more interested
I think it was
in getting my coffee. Sorry.
8:47 when I looked the other day.
That's awesome.
So we're getting there. So yeah. So we're having fun.
We're growing organically.
Yes. Stay tuned.
Yep.
Chris is going to show us how to do this
with the popcorn technique,
and it'll be
knitting.
under the playlist as well.
Yes, it will definitely be under our Blue Fiber Tree playlist.
All right, we'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye. Hi guys, it's Kris here from the Blue Fiber Tree and alk&me. In today's little tutorial, I am going to show you how to do the popcorn stitch. And I know earlier in our other video, in our coffee and chat, I showed you what it is, but this little guy right here, on this hat, this is our popcorn stitch. And for anybody that is going to want to make this at some point, you're going to need to know what that popcorn stitch is. All right? So I've just knitted up just a little sample. And when I'm doing the popcorn stitch, I like to make sure that I have, a few stitches between each popcorn at least, so that it's something you can see. I'm going to knit the first few stitches here, just so that the popcorn is not at the beginning of a row, because if it's a flat piece, you definitely don't want a popcorn at the beginning of the row because it's hard to make them pop. But so I've knit the first 4 stitches. Now when you go to do a popcorn stitch, what you do is you come in like you're knitting on that front stitch, and we are going to knit into the front and back of the same strand. Like we're going to knit it both ways, and I'm going to show you. So we're going to do this, and then we're going to bring this here, and then we're going to purl on that same stitch. All right, so that was a knit and the purl on that same front stitch that's on our left needle. Okay, now I'm going to move my yarn back to the front, back to the back, I'll get my words right, and we're going to do it again on that same stitch. I'm going to knit it, bring our yarn forward to the front, then we're going to purl it. Okay, so what you would do, then take this to the back again, and you do it one more time. So basically you are knit and purling that same front stitch, and we are doing it 3 times. And see all those lovely stitches we have? All right. So then we're going to take this back to the back, and then we are going to knit into the back loop, bring that up, and slide the stitch off. All right, so you have basically this last stitch that we did kind of becomes a post and a holder for the other 6 stitches that we just did on that front band. So what we do is we take our left needle, go in the front of the next loop, not the post stitch, and we slide that over just like that. Come into the next stitch, slide it over just like that. And you do this with all 6 stitches. Now I will tell you, when you very first do this, a couple of things are going to happen. It's going to feel really loose. You're also going to feel like this last stitch that goes over isn't supposed to go over, because it's going to look like one of your regular stitches from here. See how that kind of almost looks like those first 4 stitches? So you're going to question it. So make sure that whatever pattern you're using that requires you to do this stitch, you know how many stitches were in between the last bobble, the last popcorn, or at the beginning I know, okay, I only cast on 4 stitches. Oh, I have 1 more that needs to come over. It's very easy to lose count. That is actually the hardest part of this whole thing, is going, oh wait, did I put 6 over? Did I put 5 over? What'd I do? So from there, when you go into your next one, and you can see it creates a little bit like it stretches the stitch below it, that is normal. So when I come in to do my next knit, all I'm doing is I'm going to pull this a little bit more snug than I normally would, and then I'm going to do my next knit, and that creates your bobble. So now if I go ahead, 3, 4, and 5. So I'm going to do 5 stitches. Okay. And now I'm going to do another bobble, another popcorn. I keep calling it a bobble, and I'm really sorry, but it is a popcorn stitch, but it looks like a bobble to me, and I know that's actually a whole different stitch. So bear with Kris. All right. So again, this front part, we're going to go in like we're knitting. We are going to knit it. We're going to pull it through. We're not going to take it off our needle. We're going to bring our yarn to the front, go back underneath that same stitch, like we're purling. So that was 1. Okay, 1 knit, 1 purl. Now we're going to do it again. 1 knit, bring the yarn back to the front, and 1 purl, just like that. So that was only 4, so now we got to do 1 more to make it 6 stitches. So we go knit, and purl. All right, so now this goes back to the back. I'm going to go in the back of that stitch. I'm going to knit it, and then I'm going to slide it off my left needle. Okay, now all of those 6 stitches from here to here have to go over that last knit that I did that creates my post. I got 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, sound effects are optional, sorry, and 6. Now, to make sure that I did do the right thing, I'm going to come back. Here's my last popcorn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, I cast on 5, and there's my post, and there's my stitches. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to come over here, and again, I'm going to pull a little bit tighter than what I normally would. I'm just going to knit a few more because I want you to see something. I'm not doing another bobble there, another popcorn. Now, when you look at this, see my popcorn here? See my popcorn here? He just got pushed to the back because when I went to do my next knit stitch, I didn't push the popcorn stitch forward when I went to go around to actually do my stitch. Not a problem. All that has to be done is you go from the back and just push him back to the front, and he will pop right back up to the front. I've had to do that in my hat projects. Like you see this little bobble right here. He went to the back, so we're going to come up here and we're just going to pop him to the front. It happens just when you're knitting. If you don't push that popcorn stitch forward, when you go to knit the stitch after the popcorn, he goes to the back. And sometimes when you get in a rush, that is what you do. So very, very simple. If you are working on designing your own patterns or anything and you want to incorporate this stitch, I'm going to give a little word of advice that your best bet is to not stack your bobbles, stack your popcorns, because like coming back across here when you're purling the other side to make your flat knit, these stitches, these posts that are at the top of the popcorn stitch, they're very tight because there's so much yarn on them that if you're stacking anything, it's going to be a really hard stitch to work with. And when I do it, you'll see even in the hat, they're staggered and there are rows in between them. I usually give at least 2 rows, if not 3 rows between any time I'm going to do a popcorn stitch. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it is easy to follow. If you have any questions or comments, you can always post them in the description below. Hope you guys have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.